This video series attempts to provide an esoteric analysis of the Holy Scriptures, offering an antidote to the distortions promoted by literalist and uninitiated readings. Rooted in the principles of Empyrean dragon magic and aligned with the Illuminist mission of advancing humanity toward unity through rational spiritual gnosis, the series invites viewers to embark on a progressive interpretive journey. Each new video builds upon the last, creating a cumulative hermeneutic architecture that reveals the scriptures as a coded metaphysical narrative for magic and self-realization. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Genesis 1, verse 4. In previous discourses of this series, we have discussed how the manifestation of light referred to a metaphysical source of illumination, as no source of material light has been instantiated yet. This metaphysical source of light was the light of understanding, knowledge, and conscious illumination. Before its manifestation, as the second verse describes, there was only darkness on the face of the deep. We have discussed how this darkness represents the mind's ignorance of its true self, due to its state of unconsciousness. Note that at this point, nothing exists yet in the physical sense of the word. God, the collective archetypal intelligence, and the unified field of all minds in a state of zero entropy, has projected a dual-aspected holographic dream matrix, the heavens and the earth, the mental and material domains of becoming, while residing in a pure state of being and perfection. There is nothing outside of God. The entire creation is God's self-expression from oneness into multiplicity. The material plane is in a state of potential and ideation, formless and void, and no mental activity has begun. The Spirit of God, the awareness, hovers over the waters, the vast oceanic potential of the collective unconscious. The moment light has been proclaimed and manifested, consciousness has arisen. Now, whatsoever the Spirit of God hovers upon is brought to conscious understanding. This proclamation of light is sinusoidal activity, which allows information to be transformed from frequency waves within the heavens to space-time wave functions categorized as matter and experiences within the earth. In this verse, the divine light of conscious understanding, knowledge, and illumination is not only proclaimed, but recognized. This is pure metacognition. Light stood as the first coherent pattern to arise from the chaos of the deep waters, consciousness arising from unconsciousness. Seeing that it was good, the monad, or the divine mind, universally and particularly, becomes aware that it is aware. It is consciously aware and acknowledges the quality, harmony, and truth of its creation. Good here means in alignment with divine purpose, harmonious, ordered, in resonance with the source. In Platonic terms, it resonates with the form of the good and the divine logos. What then is the meaning of God dividing light from darkness? This is already the second separation taking place. The heavens and the earth were the first separation. It is the principle of polarity, known versus unknown, manifested versus unmanifested, light versus darkness, conscious versus unconscious. This separation and distinction are necessary for self-reference and the establishment of stable consciousness. This self-reference happens through observation, reflection, and metacognition. If our world were not dual, if it were all perfect, there would not be any dialectical evolution of consciousness. Existence would remain in a pure state of being, eternally stagnating. This would soon become a living hell. Such reality is not good. It is not aligned with the logos and the truth. Hence, it is not the kind of reality we live in. Light stands here for coherent frequency waves, patterned, rational, conscious, and organized. They are harmonious, sine and cosine waves. Darkness stands for incoherent noise in the oceanic depths of unconscious potentiality. This act can even be the launchpad of ontological geometry. The moment the formless void begins to shape and form. In Empyrean dragon magic, this is the moment where the mind cultivates its luminous engine of conscious will and separates itself from the tar pool of unconscious drives, unactualized potential, and chaos. The very means that separate a true wizard from a sleepwalking automata within the dream matrix. When a magician's intention is seen as good, aligned with the will, its recognition seals the manifestation. This is also the formation of the ego, everything the mind is conscious of. Yet, the ego is not the self. The self is the totality of everything the mind is conscious of and unconscious of. The ego is the lower self, and the whole purpose of the great work is to unite the ego with the self, to unify man with God. The separation is the differentiation between ego and unconscious, without which no integration is possible. Jung warned that without this initial division, consciousness would be swallowed back into the undifferentiated chaos of the unconscious. The main point to take from here is that light was not merely created in an act that dissolved darkness entirely, but that it was separated from darkness to allow the mind to have a recursive map of self-reference for dialectical growth and evolution. This process allows the mind to achieve total actualization from pure potential. This is the seed of Gnosis, knowledge not of something trivial and external, but knowledge of the self as the knower and the known. These 4 verses describe the mind's journey from pure potential to the initiatory stage of self-realization. Man must cease looking out to externals, but instead focus on the innate truth of his being and bring his thoughts to enlightenment. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, commenting, and sharing. Your support will motivate me to continue with this work. This is the great work of the initiate. Thank you.